So I want to talk about something really quickly. I like to do these type of videos because it actually, I like to say it when I think of it because then I go back and listen to it and I remind myself of what I said. But I want to talk about how you want to love yourself. You want to have more self-love than they hate you. Love yourself more than they hate you. I was listening to a lady say that about a couple of years ago. She's in Kenya. She's talking about um, love yourself or have more self love than their hate for you. Everything is a mirror. From what I've seen, things are the things that I've gone through is a mirror. But it just keeps feeling like it's actually happening because of my perception of everything. But life is kind of a mirror, and that's why I call this the afterlife. It's not a real life. We're not in the real world. So it's not a real life. For me, I see it as an afterlife because I see a image of a mirror. Sometimes during meditations, when I get to a certain place in my consciousness, I see a huge mirror. Okay, that's what I see. So I want to talk about the importance because I'm saying this for myself, but I'm also saying it for somebody else who might need to hear it. While self love is so much more important, and working on self love is really, even when you're feeling at your worst. Now, I know some people's circumstances, it might be impossible. My phone is hot. I just turned the thing on. I know for some people it might seem impossible. I don't ever like to make it seem like something is so easy to do. You never know what somebody else is going through. But at the same time, I want to talk about how self love is so important. A lot of the stuff that seems to be attacking us, even if it's people, or stuff that gets going on. I'm gonna speak for myself since I feel like this is my afterlife, and I feel like everything that's going on is a mirror. I'll just speak for myself, including everything that I see that's going on in the world. It's really a mirror. It's stuff that's going on. It's going on. I continue to see it because I believe in it, and I'm talking about just stuff that's happening in the world, United States, whatever. I continue to see it because I believe in it. Okay, that's where I'm more tuned into because you think this is current events, or I would think this is current events, even though I know it's not. It's still a reality, right? It's still a kind of a reality, and so what we tend to do is we tune into what we think is a reality more than where we want to be. Okay. Now I know people talk about when it comes to money, finances, health, love, and all that stuff. Don't focus on your current situation or where you feel like you are right now, but focus on where you want to be. And I also feel like that is also for just the world too. They will have you looking at the news and everything that's going on in the world, and have you so focused. And the thing, it probably here's my thing with the news and stuff. If most of it is going to be negative, I'm not going to tune into it. You can't have self love and tune into the news. I mean, because you can call yourself staying on top of what's happening in the world, but if most of it is going to be negative, especially with the United States like to feed you, I don't know about the news media outlets in other places, but especially with the United States of America, everything they want to give you is negative. I can't look at United States news. Everything they tell you is going to be negative. Now I get that sometimes you need to pay attention to what's going on. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather focus on. I'm working on really, really hearing the voice of the Most High a lot clearer, because that's the only source. That's the only source that I want to get my news from is the Most High. Because right now the news that you see on TV, even on the internet and all that stuff, a lot of times it tends to be negative, and you constantly tune into negative. But then at the same time, you're working on self love. Well, if you're working on self love, you're working on vibrating a little bit higher. But then when you have to constantly tune into the news to see what's going on with the world, it's always negative. How are you going to have self love like that? Like, how are you supposed to have self love like that? So I'd rather work on hearing the voice of the Most High clearly every day and let that be my news source. You know, uh, But yeah, I said to have more love than they hate you, because it's really not a they. Everything is a mirror. So it's really could be your own belief systems, but it's coming across as other people that's picking with you, or something else that's happening to you, but it's really certain belief systems that's happening. You know, uh, because this is an afterlife. For me, it is. Um, and the thing about it is that with negative voices, I have been put in a position to be forced to deal with myself. I've been put in a position to force to deal with myself, and it's making me understand a lot of things that's going on. And it's really important to surround yourself around people who are going to align with what you're supposed to be doing, with what you're trying to vibrate on. If you want to vibrate on more of a love frequency, if you want to vibrate on something, if you want to focus on more positive affirmations, it's best not to be around people who always have something negative to say. That's not what you want to be around. If you're already struggling with a negative self talk, then you don't want to be around people who are going to speak negativity on you, just even if they're family. The family don't get a pass to me. I don't feel like people get a pass because they're family. So they get a pass of poisoning you, of putting rotten stuff in you because they're family. But nobody else is allowed to do that. But because somebody is considered your mother or your brother, or whatever, they get a pass on being very negative. I don't understand how that works. It's still going to affect you. It might affect you even worse because that's your family member. A lot of stuff that's happening in your life right now is due to belief systems from where you were a younger, like from when you were a child. Could have come from your mother, your father, your siblings, or something like that. And that is affecting you in your life today and what's going on in your life today. So when you're trying to focus on more self love, uh, it's best to surround yourself with people who are going to speak into your life. Surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up. And with this particular life, this reality that I've been in, a lot of us have been taught to be pessimistic. I feel like the same way people can be negative, you can also manifest positive people and people who are going to speak into your life. I feel like you can also manifest that too, because from what I've seen, everything that I've experienced is a mirror. Everything is a mirror. What I experience is a mirror, and it's coming from certain belief systems. You know, uh, so with that being said, if I choose to focus on manifesting more positive people who are going to uplift me and support me, if I feel like I focus more on that, give more attention to that part of myself that has a lot of support and love, then that is what's going to manifest the most in my life, because that's what I focus the heaviest on. Okay, but I just felt like saying that really quickly, and I will talk later.